Imagine a destroyer that doesn't fire its last interceptor after engaging 60 incoming threats and go Winchester, but keeps firing through threat number 600, 6,000, 60,000, as long as its reactor keeps generating power. Not in theory, not in a simulation. On the deck of an operational US Navy warship, right now. This isn't about having more missiles. It's about making the concept of running out of missiles obsolete. When the cost of every defensive shot drops from $2 million to less than 10, the economics of saturation warfare collapse, and America's adversaries lose the one strategy they've spent decades perfecting. January 14th, 2024. The Pentagon's Director of Operational Test and Evaluation documents a milestone most of the world missed. Aboard the USS Preble, hull designation DDG-88, Lockheed Martin's HELIOS system locks onto an aerial target drone and fires. The drone doesn't return. The cost of that kill, single digits in electricity. Welcome to the directed energy era. The timing matters, because this technology didn't arrive in a vacuum. In the Red Sea, US and Allied warships are currently firing SM-2 and SM-6 interceptors, missiles costing $2 to $2.1 million each to destroy Houthi drones that cost under $2,000 to build. Do that math at scale. Hundreds of intercepts, hundreds of millions of dollars expended against threats adversaries manufacture faster than America's industrial base can replace the missiles to counter them. China has absorbed every lesson from that equation. The People's Liberation Army fields the Silent Hunter, formerly the Low Altitude Laser Defending System, or LASS, a fiber optic laser combat-proven in Saudi Arabia and confirmed in Russian hands in 2025, targeting Ukrainian reconnaissance platforms. China and Russia didn't wait for America's readiness timeline. They fielded. The answer to that momentum has a designation, and it's not a missile. The answer is America's directed energy architecture: HELIOS, M-SHORAD, Leonidas, and Thor. 4 interlocking systems spanning ship decks to armored columns to forward air bases, built around one revolutionary premise. The cost per engagement, measured in electrical power consumed, is often less than $10. Compare that to the $2 million kinetic interceptors they replace, and you're looking at a cost reversal of 200,000 to 1. That's not incremental improvement. That's a complete reimagining of defense economics. What makes this architecture genuinely dangerous to adversary planners is combining Lockheed Martin's scalable laser output with Epirus's software-defined microwave swarm engagement, ranging from a fully integrated warship combat system to a 20-foot shipping container deployable from a C-130. Adversaries face an impossible planning problem. American forces can now engage threats at costs so low that saturating the defender's magazine is no longer a viable strategy. The foundation here is the cost-exchange ratio, the metric that determines survival in contested air defense. Current kinetic systems protect a high-value asset in isolation, but an airbase facing 500 incoming threats per day exhausts its kinetic magazine in hours. Chinese planners know this. Russian doctrine is built on it. When a Shahed 136 loitering munition costs a few $100s, and an SM-6 intercept costs $2 million, an aggressor doesn't need to win the kinetic fight. They just need to outlast the defender's magazine. Directed energy breaks that logic. Let me show you why the cost floor is the real revolution, and how this layered architecture solves problems the Pentagon didn't publicly acknowledge until the Red Sea proved them in real dollars. Here's the crisis in sharp relief. A US destroyer in the Red Sea encounters a coordinated attack. 8 inbound drones, plus 2 anti-ship cruise missiles. The combat system engages. 6 SM-2 intercepts, $12 million, plus 2 SM-6s, $4 million more. $16 million to neutralize one wave. The ship has now burned a significant fraction of its vertical launch system capacity. The next wave is already airborne. That destroyer must either retreat to rearm, days off station, mission gap, strategic vulnerability exposed, or accept degraded coverage. Now run the same scenario against a HELIOS-equipped warship. The 8 drones engage at under $10 per kill. The SM-6s are reserved for the cruise missiles requiring kinetic intercept. The ship's effective magazine for the drone threat tier is infinite. Directed energy converts the drone engagement problem from an inventory constraint into an energy management problem, one the ship's reactor handles indefinitely. Raw cost efficiency is meaningless if these systems can't perform. This is where the architecture becomes genuinely revolutionary. Start with HELIOS. Lockheed Martin's high-energy laser with integrated optical dazzler and surveillance is fully integrated into the Aegis combat system aboard DDG-88. Not a bolt-on experiment, but a weapon using the ship's SPY-1 radar and fire control for targeting. The baseline 60 kilowatt system upgrades to 120 kilowatts and eventually 150 plus by adding fiber optic laser modules. No hull modifications required. At 60 kilowatts, Group 1 and 2 drones. At 120 kilowatts, Group 3 UAS and high-speed threats. At 150 kilowatts, anti-ship cruise missiles. 1 platform, 3 capability tiers, upgradable in the field. The spectral beam combining technology, merging multiple fiber modules into a single high-density beam, powers DIB M-SHORAD as well. The 50 kilowatt laser cord technologies, with RTX's Raytheon supplying the subsystem, has mounted on General Dynamics Stryker DVHA-1 vehicles. Self-sustaining LINCA batteries recharged by onboard generators. Mobile hard-kill coverage for armored brigades at the forward edge. But high-energy lasers dwell on a single target. Against a coordinated swarm, sequential engagement can be overwhelmed by numbers. This is where Epirus's Leonidas and AFRL's Thor rewrite the equation. Both use high-power microwave bursts, radiating an area effect that disrupts the autopilots of every drone inside the beam simultaneously. In April 2023, Thor demonstrated this at Kirtland Air Force Base. A real-world scale swarm engaged, multiple targets disabled at once, from a 20-foot container assembled by 2 personnel in under 2 hours. Leonidas won its $66.1 million contract after outperforming 6 competitors, with a software-defined architecture that improves through code updates alone. The enabling component for sustained laser operation. Silicon carbide mirrors dissipating heat 100 times faster than glass, preventing thermal blooming. Northrop Grumman's AOX team cut SiC mirror production lead time from 12 months to 4 through additive manufacturing, tripling throughput on the bottleneck component. Cost is the final dimension, and it may be the most strategically decisive. The directed energy market was $6.7 billion in 2024. Analysts project $33.4 billion by 2034. In January 2026, Enlight announced it would double manufacturing capacity with a 50,000 square foot expansion in Longmont, Colorado. Raytheon's RTX is investing $75 million in its Redstone facility in Huntsville. Epirus has scaled from a startup to nearly 200 employees in 3 years. Defense analysts have modeled the budget math directly. In a 100-thread engagement, a layered DEW plus kinetic architecture generated an estimated $70 million in avoided missile costs from a single wave. Scale that across sustained peer-level conflict, and the procurement argument becomes unavoidable. Directed energy isn't just a better weapon, it's a budget multiplier for everything else. The USS Preble's 2024 validated shootdown confirmed what the Red Sea was already demonstrating in live fire. At least 1 US destroyer operating against Houthi attacks was forced to expend the majority of its SM-2 and SM-6 inventory, requiring port calls to rearm, days off station, mission gap, strategic exposure. That incident crystallized a reality the Navy had modeled but hadn't solved operationally. Surface combatants face drone and missile threats in volumes their kinetic magazines weren't designed to handle indefinitely. Rather than designing new hulls with expanded VLS cells, the Navy can multiply existing Arleigh-Burke capacity by integrating HELIOS at minimal structural cost. The USS Dewey and USS Stockdale already carry Odin for soft kill sensor disruption. HELIOS is the hard kill evolution of that integration pathway. Allies face identical constraints. The UK's Dragonfire, developed by Leonardo UK, Kinetic, and MBDA UK, completed live fire validation in 2022 and 2023. Israel's Rafael Iron Beam, 100 kilowatts at $3.50 per engagement, was upgraded with the Iron Beam 450 Director in June 2025. Japan's Maritime Self-Defense Force, Australia's Surface Fleet, and NATO partners across the Indo-Pacific all field destroyers where magazine depth limits sustained engagement capacity. Directed energy isn't an American advantage. It's becoming an allied force multiplier across every theater where drone proliferation has outpaced kinetic stockpiles. The most consequential American defense capability of this decade isn't a new stealth aircraft. It is the deliberate architectural choice to replace a finite, depleting magazine with an infinite, electrically replenished one. When adversary planners calculate what it takes to exhaust American defense, they build strategies around magazine depth. Directed energy makes those calculations obsolete overnight. China's Silent Hunter is already in combat use. Russia's filmed its first confirmed drone kill in August 25. The directed energy arms race has already started, and the United States is the only power building a layered, multi-service architecture spanning ship decks, striker columns, and forward airbase simultaneously. By the time adversaries develop counter-doctrine, American systems will already be on at 300 kilowatts, with class boost phase intercept on the horizon. Power isn't measured in warheads anymore. It's measured in kilowatts. And the nation that masters the kilowatt masters the battlefield. As directed energy replaces kinetic interceptors tier by tier, should the United States prioritize accelerating to megawatt-class capability for ballistic missile defense, or consolidate and field what's proven at 50 to 150 kilowatts right now? Type escalate or consolidate in the comments. The arsenal is at stake. This is DIB Dispatch, where billion-dollar projects meet battlefield reality.